Okay, next I'm going to bring in a photograph and then some text to wrap around. Maybe wrap it around his face a little bit here. So we're gonna make a little. I'm gonna bring in one of his samples of his work. Again, to bring in artwork or a bitmap image. In this case, we go underneath the File, Place, and I'm gonna go and choose one of the pictures that I want. Choose more of his famous. The Jane one's pretty famous. This one. And if I shrink it down a little bit, because I don't want this big, I'm going to just scale it. Again, if you have a bitmap, you can scale it. And what I want to do is I'm going to line it up over here on the left side, and then I'm going to kind of scale it so it fits on the bottom. So let me zoom out a little bit here, because this is a pretty big image here, and I want something to balance it. So I'm going to make this a little bit bigger for sure. Again, the guidelines are an easy way to make a guidelines. I'm going to put one along the bottom here so we can line up with the bottom of his portrait here by clicking inside the inside here and dragging down so I can line up. So again, I put a guideline by putting my cursor inside of the rulers, holding my left mouse and dragging straight down. Now I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so it balances out this giant dark, because this is really contrasty black with white, and so we need something big over here to balance it out. And so we're going to use our portrait here. There we go. That's a little bit better. A little bit bigger here, and then let's get some text and we'll put it in here, and then learn how to wrap it around his face here, and then we'll make 2 columns of text down here with some more images, and we'll pretty much be done with our image. So in this case, I haven't really drawn too much of his example. I'll have to think about how to do that. For right now, though, let's bring in some text. Again, I'm just going to steal some text, but I want you really to write your text if you can, without just downloading text off the internet. I just stole this text from again, from Wikipedia. But if you can, take some time. I'm going to copy my text. I'm going to go back to Illustrator. This time, I'm going to make a box for the text. What does that mean? Well, in this case, instead of just using the text tool and just clicking, I'm going to actually drag a box to put my text in. So I'm going to start and just kind of draw a box. Don't worry about the size. We can move it around later. After I'm done drawing my box, I'm going to paste by hitting Control V on the keyboard, and it'll paste. Now, one of the things to keep in mind is it's using the font that we used before. It's using the font that that Sean handwritten that I did there, because that's the last font we used. So I'm not going to use that, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit, though some of you might like that font. And what I'm going to do is just rearrange things, move them around a little bit. I'm going to make my text a little bit, my box a little bigger. Notice as I'm adjusting the box, I'm not scaling the text. I'm actually just changing. You'll notice how the text is wrapping around. Okay, so as you are doing this and using it, you'll notice it's moving the text around. Next, I'm going to want the text to kind of fill in this area a little bit. Right now it's really tight font, and it's really things like that. What I mean by tight is the baseline here of this text is pretty close to the baseline here, plus this hand of Sean is not probably the appropriate font. I want a nice readable font, more of an elegant font for this. Again, I'm going to click up here so I could see what the fonts look like. I might use something kind of bold, like this Franklin Gothic book. I don't want to do like Italian, that's italic, that's not very readable. But I want to use a kind of a bolder font. Maybe a little bit bolder like that, because this is kind of a poster. Next, I'm going to add a little bit more. I'm going to make it a little bigger. By 14 point. You'll notice as I make the font bigger, kind of takes up a little bit more space. In addition, I'm going to want to probably increase the line height. So in this case, when we're working with text in the computer, we're dealing with font, which is the size of the text, as well as the space between the text, the lines of text. That's called the leading. And if right now it has an auto leading because it's calculating the difference between the point size and giving us a 16.8 for the leading, but you can adjust that if you want. I'm going to go up to like 21. It might be a little bit too much. I don't think 18 is enough. How about we go to 19? Let's see what that looks like. That's probably the best right now. And then so I have a box. You'll notice that it kind of it doesn't really wrap around the picture here. So we're going to learn how to wrap it around his face a little bit here. I hate when that happens. I'm so used to using the space bar to get the hand to move it around that sometimes when you're using the space bar and you're clicking on something, it doesn't necessarily work because you have like the font selected or something. So okay, so I'm interested in getting the text to kind of wrap around this face a little bit here. So you can have text wrap around a square thing. You can have it wrap around a round thing. In this case, I wanted to wrap around kind of the contour of his face. And maybe I'll make my text a little bit bolder, a little bit bigger, maybe just so we could see it. How about we do 16 point? There we go, nice big text. So I want it to kind of wrap around. Right now it's not wrapping around. Now to wrap text around an object, the book has some information on how to do this, but I'll demonstrate it real quick for you. One of the things is the text needs to be next to the object that you want to wrap around. In this case, remember we made a live trace of the Toulouse head here. So what I would need to do is I need to unlock it. I need to open up there's a little diamond or a little triangle in the layer window. I need to open that up. Next I need to grab the text this is the text that I have here, and I need to move it down into the layer where the portrait is. In fact, I'm going to move it underneath the group here, underneath the group. So I want to move the text under, and you could just move things around inside the layer window by clicking and holding them down and dragging, and when you let go, you could kind of tell where it's going to go by letting go where you want it to be, and I kind of dragged it underneath where the group was. And so right now I have a group of the Toulouse face here with the text here. And then to do the wrapping, you want to actually have both objects selected. So the text is underneath the object. I'm going to select both objects. Once I'm done selecting both objects, I'm going to go under Object, Text Wrap, Make, and then it'll give you a message telling you what's going to happen, and you hit OK, and you'll notice what it'll do now is it will put, oops, I just clicked on the wrong thing here. Didn't want to move that. Okay, notice what it'll do is it'll put, you'll see like a little border, a little like kind of border around your object. That's sort of how far away from the object that it is wrapping around, and the text then should follow the group. One of the other things I might do is actually do a maybe I'll do a right alignment with this. Hold on, let's grab this text here, just the text itself. Let's see a right align. Let's see. Oh, but that doesn't look very good. I like how it's aligned there. No, let's keep it like it is. There we go. Nice align to his face right there. And let me zoom out a little bit. That kind of looks pretty good. Sorry about the phone call. So in this case, you can see the text wrapping around the object. It might take you a while. Maybe just try and do this with a circle instead of a shape like this. But again, you need to have both objects selected. The biggest challenge is making sure that the text is underneath the same layer where the object you want to wrap around is. And then it's under Type, or no, under Object, Text Wrap, Make. If you don't want it wrapped again, you just say Release and it'll go back to normal. If you select both of them again, and if you go underneath the Object, Text Wrap, and you go back under the Text Wrap options, this is the offset. This is the size that's around the outside. So if I hit the preview button and kind of hit the up arrow here, you'll see that it'll move it a little bit further away and down a little bit closer. So I don't want it to be too close because it's kind of bold. I'm going to hit OK. Okay, so you can adjust how close it is to your object. That looks pretty good. Okay, let's start bringing some more images in. So that's a good start for the top of my piece. Next, I'm gonna bring some images in and then have some columns of text down here. To do that, I'm gonna place them onto my screen. Again, I'm gonna go underneath File, Place. I'm gonna grab some images, place them on the screen. This one's quite big. I'm gonna scale it down. Place another one in there. It's kind of small, that one. I don't know if I'll use that one. That's too small. Let's see. Are all these small? Yeah, these are all kind of tiny. Let me try another one. That's a nice one. Okay, so I'm going to kind of keep these about the same width so that they kind of match with each other. There we go. How I do that, I'm just eyeballing it. Eyeballing, what I mean is I put it over top of it and just scale it so it looks the same. So I'm going to have one on one side and one on the other. I'll probably have the smaller one on this side over here because it's pretty heavily balanced towards that side. Probably have it towards the middle and this one kind of towards the bottom. That's both kind of big. Actually, I'm going to make them a little smaller. A little smaller. I might even bring another one in. Okay, so I have two images, and I don't need to organize them right now. I just wanted to bring them in to see what they look like. And then we'll fake a border around them. Because right now, if you look at the images, you'll notice they just go all the way to the edge. And I'll probably put a frame around them so that they have a border around them. And yeah. Okay, so next thing I want to do is bring in some text, okay, or columns of text. In fact, let me move these outside the area here. We'll bring these pictures in again, and notice how you can bring things outside, inside, and back and forth. So in this case, what I want to do is I'm going to bring in some columns of text, and I'm going to put them down here towards the bottom. I'll probably try and use the same kind of font that I used up here and things like that. So I might just copy one of the fonts right now. Just copy that so it's in memory, so that when I put the other text in here, it'll have that sort of same size and things like that that I used up here. So in this case, I'm going to go back to my Word document and steal some more text. I'm just going to grab some random text here. And actually, let me grab some random text here. And then I'm going to go back to Illustrator, and I'm going to use my text tool again. This time, just like I did up here, I'm going to draw a box. And in this design, I'm going to do a 2-column layout. So I'm going to put one column. It's not going to be all the way to the edge. One column of text. And I'm going to paste my text, Control V, and I'm going to go get some more text. Copy. Go back to my document, and paste again, Control V. And as you'll notice, as I put more text in my box, if I zoom in, let me get to the bottom here. You'll notice the box has this little red kind of X at the bottom. The reason why the red X is there is that I have more text that can fit within the box that I've made. So one of the things that you might want to do is make another column of text so that the text will wrap from one column to the other. In doing so, as I make adjustments to the text, it'll wrap from one column to the other column. To do that, to make 2 columns of text from one column of text, you actually click on the red box, that little red X in the corner down there, and then I'm going to come up towards the very top of this other one, and I'm just going to go and click with the mouse. I'm not going to drag it all, I'm just going to click. It'll make another column that's exactly the same size as the first one. So again, how I did that was when you're putting text within a box, it's going to come up, and if it doesn't fit within that box, it'll have a little red plus at the bottom of the box. And if you click on that red plus, you can go and then make another box and it'll be the same size as the original box. So that's how I can wrap text from one column to the other. And the advantage of doing that is that the text then will go from one column to the other. As you make adjustments, they'll wrap from one column to the other. In fact, that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to, do some adjustments to both of our text and stuff. In fact, I'm going to move this over just a little bit here so it lines up with the edge. There we go. So in this case, I'm going to zoom out a little bit. A couple things I'm going to do is, how about we wrap our text? Well, let's not work with this one yet. Let's work with this one first. I'm going to probably put it kind of inside this area here. And, oops. I'm starting to move things around I shouldn't move. Don't worry. You'll start doing things too like that. I'm going to make it a little smaller, just a little bit smaller. So when I wrap it around, it wraps around nicely. Okay. So in this case, if you remember when we were doing the text wrapping before, we need to have our pictures next to our text. And so I've been starting to put all my layers inside of the photo portrait. That's okay. The photo portrait layer over here. And so eventually your layers are going to get kind of messed up like mine are right now. So a couple things I want to point out. One, when we brought in our text from our photos from placing them, you notice it says linked file, linked file. That's a common thing that happens to when you bring in images from somewhere else into Illustrator. It doesn't really become part of the Illustrator file. It actually has a reference or a link to the original bitmap image. And if you save your file and don't take that original bitmap image, you'll start getting messages saying, where is this at, or where is this file at? So there's a page in the book that talks about linked images and how to embed them. And if you remember before we were talking about the live trace up here, you'll notice there's one that says embed up here. What embed does is it then tells Illustrator to take this image and make it part of the Illustrator file so that you don't have to worry about the reference link to the other file. Why did they do that? Well, in Illustrator or InDesign or any of these programs like that, the file starts getting really big the more pictures you put in. Think of a book. If you were making a book or something and you had a whole bunch of files that became embedded into the image, you'd start getting hundreds of megabytes big. So they use this linking system so that you don't have to have all the files that are associated with that document all into one image. Okay, so it's the way that they build the program. So there's no stress there. Just the easiest way to avoid having linking problems is click on the linked image that you want. In this case, I want this in, and then hit embed up here in the toolbar, or in the this is the option bar up here. And do that with all your pictures. And if you do that, then you won't have to worry about having problems for right now. I'm going to do it for the picture up here also. So by embedding my images, then they'll be a little bit better organized. Next, I'm gonna take my images and have them wrap around my text. So I'm gonna grab my text, okay, and I'm gonna grab my image, and I'm gonna go underneath Object, Text Wrap, Make, and hit OK, and say, oh, it didn't work. What was the problem? Well, you'll notice there's some space between them right here. I should probably have them next to each other, right? So let me undo that. Undo. Okay, so I undoed. Let's do it again. This time I'm going to take the image and put it above my text. Oh, there it is. Then I'm going to grab my text, my image and my text, and then go under Object, Text Wrap, Make, hit OK. Ah, there we go. If we zoom in now, you'll see what happened. Okay, so it's okay to make mistakes. I make them all the time, but again, maybe the image needs to be over top of the text. Okay, and then again, if you remember, you can, once you click off, you can actually move your image around inside, and you'll see it'll start wrapping around it no matter where you move it. One thing you don't want to do is have it like in the middle like this and have a little bit of text on one side and a little bit of text on the other side. The downfall of that is the person won't really know how to read it properly, because it's hard to read here and then come over here and try and read there. It's really hard. So that's why if you're looking at magazines and things like that, usually they have the text over here and with a small line of text on one side. So again, work on practicing wrapping the text. I'm going to do the same thing with this image. I'm going to take this image, which is the portrait here, okay, and I'm going to drag it above the text layer. Okay, I'm going to drag it above this text layer, and then I'm going to select both of them, this, and then I'm going to go under Object, Text Wrap, Make, and it should wrap around just perfect. You'll notice what's happening is I'm getting a little red X now. Although my text is not fitting because these pictures are taking up too much space. Well, if I click and make this box a little bigger, it will show me, oh, I need a lot more space. Okay, so what are some of the things I can do? Well, I can make the font a little smaller. I can, as you saw here, I just made the text box a little bigger. Maybe if I make this one a little bigger too. Oh, see how it moves from one box to the other? Oh, there we go. Oh, almost. Let me get it kind of even. That looks a little better with one line over here than compared to this one. Or if I make them wider, that'll also do it. Okay, so you can basically adjust your columns of text to give you what you want. Again, you can also adjust the space that's around your text wrapping. If you remember how to do that, it was under text wrap options, and you can adjust space. Oh, let's hit the preview button. Oh, I don't like that. Let's leave it like it is. Well, let's put a little bit of space in there and then adjust it. We can move the picture up a little bit. See if the text wraps around. There we go. That still doesn't look good. What I don't like is that the space is really big on the top and the bottom, but around the picture here. See how this big space here? I try and get it so that it's evenly spaced around. Let's go under. Let's adjust it then. Let's go back under the text wrap. And let's go down to 7, see what that looks like. No, it's still not perfect. That's better. Leave it like that. Oh, but actually I probably should have lined it up with the top of this one. Well, that doesn't look too bad. The next thing I want to do is make something called the initial letter. I talked kind of about the initial letter before. Usually an initial letter is like a big letter at the beginning of a page or a column of text. In this case, we have this H that's right here. And let me zoom in a little bit. And you'll see there's a big H right here for the beginning. Wouldn't it be nice if this H was sort of larger and kind of emphasized the paragraph? That's what we call an initial letter. Sometimes the initial letter is a different font. As well as a different size, and so I'm going to actually do that. I'm going to actually change the font itself by going under Type, Font, and I'm going to choose maybe a brush font. Ooh, that was not a very nice one. Let me see. Font. There's a French font. Oh, that looks pretty good. And then I'm going to change the size to really, really big. There we go. One thing you'll notice though is that if it adds some space to it, like it just did, it'll then not line up with the paragraph that's next to it. You'll notice now how the words are down below. It's just because it's compensating for such a larger text. In fact, let's change the color too. Let's use our red that we have before. Oh, I just hit the space bar like I always do. Shouldn't have done it. No, I lost my letter. Bummer. There it is. Okay, I'm going to highlight the text and I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to kind of use the same red that I have up there. So I'm going to use my eyedropper. Go up here and try and suck up that red right there. Okay, and then see what it looks like. Oh, there we go. And in fact, though, when I sucked it up, it uses the same font that I have up there. Oh, that's okay. But look what it did to the alignment. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of hand adjust the columns of text. Again, you see that they are aligned at the top, but the problem is since we put this giant H there, which I don't like the font. Now let's go back to that script font that I had. what did I call that? It was called French something here. French script. There we go. That's much more elegant. And but still the text is not lined, so I'm going to actually eyeball this. And what I mean by that is I'm going to click on the text and kind of move it up. Oh, but that's not lining up very good either. Ah, do you remember our guidelines? I can grab a guideline from up here in the letter in the rulers, hold my left mouse down and drag down, and I'm going to put it along the bottom of this line over here. Then I'm going to move this one up so that the bottom of the text kind of lines up on the bottom of the line, and now it looks kind of correct. So again, I can do that. I might turn the stroke off of this. I don't like the stroke on that. Just so we have a big red letter there. That looks kind of nice. So again, putting guidelines on can help you line things up. Notice how the text wrapping still wraps because it adjusts to the actual photo and things like that. So let's save our file and we'll pause for a moment.